Hi, thanks for tuning in again. In the next series of videos, we're going to be talking about the work groups, what they do, how they operate, and why they're so important to the work of the ACIP. Work groups are formed usually for three reasons. First, there might be a new vaccine anticipated. Second, there might be new data that require revisiting some of the existing recommendations. Or third, there might be a vaccine that hasn't had any changes to the recommendations for several years, and so the committee would be formed to gather any new data and make sure everything is as anticipated, or see if there might be changes to the recommendations that should be considered. When a work group is formed, it'll look at what data might be needed, such as if there's a vaccine anticipated, the work group might consider what needs to be known and understood better about the disease and who it's affecting. They'll review data related to both the vaccine and the disease itself. So the results of those discussions and efforts get put together for presentation to the ACIP members. As an example, two work groups recently formed, and we're in late 2024 right now. One was a cytomegalovirus work group, and that's because there is an mRNA-based vaccine in clinical trials, and if that vaccine would be licensed, then this work group would be the group reviewing those data. In the meantime, while they wait to see what happens with the clinical trials, they are working to gather information about the disease, understand what policies might make sense, if there are new data that need to be generated, things of that nature. The second newer group, and it's not really a new group, is the HPV work group. So that group's been around for a long time, but it hasn't been active since 2019 because there hasn't been a need. More recently, two developments have caused that work group to be started again. First, there are some new data on the global stage suggesting that we may be able to use fewer doses of the vaccine and still get protection. So the committee will start to look at that. And the second is related to some wording changes that are being considered around the routine age for vaccination against HPV. In addition to those two, there are 9 other active work groups at this time. Again, this is late 2024. You can look on the ACIP's work group webpage to see what those groups are, as well as to see what work they're doing. So please take a look and watch for new videos in this part of our series, where we're going to be focusing again on the work of the work groups. Thanks for listening today.